Hey folks, DeRosa here. Just driving around looking at houses and wanted to do a quick video. Somebody asked me a question today: what's the best marketing method for finding a house subject to? Well, if you're listening to this and you don't know what subject to is, it's a buying method. It's a form of owner finance where the homeowner actually signs over the deed to you. They literally just sign over the deed and say, here, take it, it's yours. So the question on the table was, how do you market for those? That's a difficult question because I think marketing is marketing. So I don't really market to buy a specific method to purchase, like subject to or all cash, or I don't generally market like that. You can, for example, if you're marketing for certain types of things like rehabs, I mean, you could be going on a multiple listing and finding people that have vacant, ugly properties, or properties that are for sale through an agent. Make an offer and hopefully they get accepted. But when you're dealing with forms of owner finance where the homeowner, I mean, they come in many different, you're going to market in many different ways. We do direct mail. People ask me, does direct mail work? Here's the thing. Everything works if you do. Depending on what it is, it depends on your marketing pitch, depends on the colors you use, it depends on the message that you put out there. So the thing I'm going to tell you about marketing is whatever you decide. We do a seminar on this where it's 101 ways to market your business. The reality of it is every marketing method works. And if you're going to be one of those marketers that just grabs something off the shelf and do it half-assed, and you don't put a lot of effort in it, you're just going to throw something up there, then you're going to get that in return. So whatever marketing you're doing with whatever niche you're in, whether it be pre-foreclosure, probate, you name it, anything, bankruptcy, you've got to own that marketing. You can't just be pardon my language, you can't be half-assed about it. You can't just make stuff up and throw stuff out there. You're going to get what everybody else gets. So if you really want to make a difference in your marketing, you got to own that. Meaning you got to be really put an effort into making yourself different. Let me give you an example. You have, let's say, probate. People who like probate. Probate is a great way to find properties. The probate process, you've got properties that people owned at one time that are no longer with us. They're taken over by another member of the family that probably doesn't live there. Because they've been in the family so long, usually the people that pass in probate, they're older, so the properties have a lot more equity. So a lot of people go, wow, that's great, that's a great lead. That is a great lead, it's an incredible lead. But any leads that you get, you're going to have multiple people marketing to these people. That's just pick whatever niche you want, and you got hundreds of people marketing to the same person. So what makes them pick you versus someone else? So I'm going to use probate. How many of you just pick a postcard or pick a letter and say, hey, I'm a real estate investor, I'd like to buy your property. Maybe you dress it up a little bit, but it's still the same old, same old, same old. Well, if it's the same old stuff that everybody else is doing, what makes you different? What makes you think for a second that they're going to pick you over 100 other people? At that point, it's just random. It's just the luck of the draw. It's when they reach in their mailbox and pull out your card and go, oh, I like the colors of this. So you got to differentiate yourself. You know, for example, probate. Send them something. Send them a, I like to do a trifold letter or a mailer that basically helps them with the process. Hey, I'd like to help you. Here's the 4 steps of probate. Here's how it's done. And by the way, we buy houses if you're interested in needing to get rid of it quickly. So I send that to them. I drive them to a website to download a free ebook on how to maneuver through the probate process. Then when they come to the website, they put in their information and boom, I have their emails now. Now I can email them as many times as I want. And it's free until they opt out. But that's just one method. I mean, when you know, let's use driving for dollars as another one. When you're driving for dollars, yeah, I think everybody puts a sign on the side of their vehicle. Maybe they don't, but if you're driving for dollars and you don't have a sign, you should, that says we buy houses. But how are you going to just drive for dollars? I mean, for me, if I'm driving for dollars, I'm creating a bird dog program. And it's, you know, when most people go, okay, I want a bird dog program for driving for dollars. I'm gonna drive through the neighborhood. I'm gonna find not electricians, but like landscapers and meter readers and mail carriers and so on and so forth. That's great. But if you're gonna do driving for dollars and you're gonna search for people that are bird dogs for you, why not do it the right way? Why not put a sign on the side of the road? Instead of putting bandit signs that say we buy houses, why not put a sign on the side of the road that says, hey, investor apprentice wanted. Make anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000 a month. Get them to call in, bring them into a class, tell them what you want for 15 or 20 minutes, put a little presentation together and say, here's what I'm looking for, here's how you're gonna get paid, now go. And then put something in place so that you now can collect all this data and make sure you communicate with these folks. Now you have a whole army of people out there looking, driving for dollars for you. So whatever marketing methods you're going to do, don't just take something off the shelf that you heard at a seminar. Yeah, it's fine to get the idea, but be the master of it. Take your marketing to the next level. I used to teach all of my coaching teams, look, I want you to have 3 to 5 methods of marketing. Now, I don't say that, because when I tell you I want 3 to 5 marketing methods, your head explodes, because you become a dog chasing 6 rabbits and you don't really know what to do, or you don't do it well, and you don't take the time. So now we're focusing on one method. We're focusing on one method and we're getting it down to a science. And you are going to be the consummate professional at marketing. So when you approach anything, you need to approach it like you're going to teach it. So if somebody called you up and said, hey, this person is the expert on bird dogs, or this person's the expert on probate, you need to be able to say, yep, I do this, 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 and this, and let me show you all the processes. You need to be better than everybody else. So if you're just taking a random postcard off the shelf or off someone else's material, and that's what you're throwing out there, and you're not putting any thought into it because you want to be an investor, folks, let me tell you one thing. You are not an investor. You are a marketer. You are only an investor after you've mastered the marketing phase of this business. If you've mastered the marketing phase of this and your phone's ringing off the hook, then you become an investor. Prior to that, forget about being an investor. You're a marketer. Think like one. So, anyways, hopefully that will help. If you'd like any more information, make sure you subscribe to, I've got several channels. We've got Don DeRosa, my YouTube channel, my Facebook page. You can go to Hot Home Buyers on Facebook if you want. We got lots of places for you to go for education. Atlanta RIA is one place you can go for education. All these places you can go for education, but don't just take it blindly. Don't just you got to put thought into your business. It's your business. Nobody's going to care for it more than you. So don't just be a robot and just blindly go through and say, oh, I'll take it and I'll use it. If somebody's selling you something, they're selling it to everybody, and everybody uses that one thing. Guess what? You're now vanilla. There's nothing sexy, and there's nothing special about you. Make yourself special. So, all right. Hopefully you liked it. If you go to my YouTube channel, subscribe, get notified. Otherwise, thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.